Alright guys, sorry about the delay. It's really annoying that I can't stream during peak evening time because magically the internet stops working. Very frustrating. However, it seems to be running for the moment. I say that as it blips out. It should be running fine. So, hopefully we can get on and actually play for a couple hours. We just did Rannick. It drops us at Frontier Gate. I ported back to Ascalon because I need to grab some stuff. So, easy enough. We can't do the MM build right now because we need higher level stuff. So we switched over to the Blood Tree, 5 in Reaping, 4 in Blood. I just keep this one on because that neg 5 degen is huge and useful. So, Siphon, -2 to them, +2 to us. Leeching 29, Steals 41. These are all touch abilities, so you gotta be close. AoE +2 health regen. Targeted +3 health regen. And then a detonation. So, that's what we're running at the moment. Nothing too crazy, but... And then... I was like, there's a person somewhere here that we need to talk to. Should be the ruins of Sirmia's our primary. Yeah, cool. So we just gotta run over there and we'll be at the same point that we were with the last character that I wiped. Oh, we should probably add our henchman, huh? That would be smart to do before we leave town. Oh my god. Except I can't apparently target worth anything all of a sudden. Just gonna run the same party. The AI does go up depending on the level, just what level zone you're in. They auto adjust, so you can't just jump into a level 20 zone, pull back level 20 AI. It doesn't work. I'm sure people have tried it, but it doesn't work. So not every time when you do a main mission will it drop you into the next zone, but usually it will. Otherwise it'll set you up with a main quest line that's like, oh, you need to go do this. So that's a neg 7 degen. Goodbye. Oh, that's a 15. That hurts. Gadoosh. And if we're worried about our healer, we can just do this. It hurts us, 17% of our pool, but it boosts her, which is super useful. So, you can turn this build into a support build if you feel inclined. It's a little bit slower on the damage because they're all attacking us instead of the minions, but it's not a big deal. then yeah, if you need to top off people, you can get this up to like a +8, but it's a pretty decent sized AoE regen. There's one for health and one for energy. So that's super helpful in the midst of combat or other purposes. I gotta clear out all of them, but I don't think we have to do that right now. I think that's a different quest later. Yeah, we got both mobs there. So with the healer down, we have a problem. Death penalty wears off as soon as you either make the XP or when you go into the next zone, so it's not a huge deal. It's obnoxious when you die repeatedly because it takes a chunk off of your health bar and energy bar. You can go, assuming it hasn't changed, you can drop all the way to like -60%, which that hurts. Alright. As always, we must collect the piddly amounts of gold. And YouTube's freaked out, but it's a YouTube thing, so whatever. Turn this quest in. Get free stuff that we don't need. Okay. Sell the enchanted stuff. Cool. So the only annoying thing here is making sure that Rurik doesn't die, because if he dies, you fail the mission, because he's kind of important to the storyline. Top everybody off here. That's another trick, is if your fighter's in a mob and one goes down, you can use it to just take heals requirements off your healer. Give the fighter a little bit more oomph. They don't tend to complain too much.
That's a little excessive. If she'd stop running away, this would be a whole lot quicker. Sweet. It's level 7. Pretty sure we can't go this way, so like always, it's out and around the long way. Still haven't bought lockpick, so we're just kind of ignoring the chests. Rorik's like, I'm leaving. Gonna go get myself killed. Should be getting close to where the captives are and stuff. Honestly, the Mez has some really, really good stuff for anti-casters, because that's what its primary class is. Nobody's worried about this one, they're all targeting the other ones. This is kind of the setup we're looking for the hostages. There'll be little, like, domes of trapped people. And then I want to say this is the one that we have to kill the fire char that have the brazier that they're creating around, but I don't recall. Fighters down there getting his butt kicked. Hey, look, prisoners. Like, ideally, the shaman's gotta go down first, so it can stop healing people. Go ahead and buff the healer. Alright, let's go let the people out. Never helpful. Or it's like, hey, you're free. Move along with your life. Bye. I don't think we need to be up here, but we're gonna follow it anyways. I think it just loops around the rock and goes back down. Alright, we're gonna hold here for a second, top everybody off. Another little encampment up around the corner. Kind of looks like we need to be down below, but that's alright. The other thing you can do is you can do this while it's only a 10-second right now, so it's not super useful, but you can do it between. That way she's got enough time to top you off and then you can go engage. But it's a pretty short duration at the moment. No, you don't need to be siphoning back. Unidentified? Cool. So we haven't found any of those yet. So basically you go through your inventory to find it, and normally if you take your expert salvage kit, you'll either get higher resources or you can pull, if it's one of the runes, you can pull the runes. Useful for other things later. Looks like the next encampment's over here. Okay. Probably shouldn't have aggroed that entire mob. This is gonna suck. There's our healer. Boost the healer. She's gonna need it. If you don't have the damage, you can always pick off the little things and then focus fire on the big things. I just find that more annoying at this stage, because I'd rather them focus priority targets, but the AI don't do that. One second here. Oh yeah, and the sludge is a movement debuff, so 30% slower in the tar. Alright, let's let these guys out. And I don't... Oh.
Gods, how long have you been out here, man?
I don't know. Since my unit was taken at the end of the last Guild War, I think. Since the sky rained fire and destroyed Ascalon.
You've been here since the searing? That's over 2 years. Are there others?
Yes, the remnants of my unit. The Flaming Scepter mages.
Soldiers who have been slaves since the end of the war?
They're being held in the ruins of the old capital, Draskir.
Then we go to Draskir.
My lord, night is falling. If we don't head for the wall now, we may all be captured.
I understand the dangers, but Balthazar be damned if I allow those soldiers to remain slaves to the Char.
I can show you where they are being held.
Very good. We head north then, to Draskir.
So dramatic. remember if it's this way, and then I want to say the bridge doesn't work, so we gotta go the long way. So why would the bridge ever work if you wanted it to? The bridge doesn't work from this side. Here, I'll wait here. Guard the bridge. Thanks, Rorik. Bonus for the Flamekeepers. Should be this procession over here. Tail them, don't get too close. I don't remember where they go though. Oh, that's right. They go back and off the other side. It's pretty... It feels like a long trip. I know I mentioned it on other videos, but on the mini-map, that lighter circle around the party's your aggro bubble. So anybody in that range will aggro. So for doing things like this, you want to make sure you just leave some distance, because the AI get a little trigger happy sometimes. Alright, there we go. Do they just stop here? I think they do. Alright, let's do this. Let's start the party. And we're gonna go down. Oh, we gotta go kill these people, but let's deal with topping everybody off first. Don't stand in the AoEs, they hurt. You can see the whole party going down. It means they're standing in the AoE. Alright, cool. Now we gotta run all the way back. Ah, this is the same way. Okay. When all else fails, head towards the direction of red dots. That normally works. We just have to go take the roundabout way. There's the lever. Come on. I think it's this way. Let's avoid a confrontation with the group. Yeah, at this level? There's a lot of places where if you've got a high level character, you can just run in here and be like, oh, that group? But it's not recommended. I'm assuming he means that group. I've done it before, it's not pretty. The different colors on the bosses are also what class they are. So this yellow color we've got going on is a warrior. The red ones are the elementalist. I want to say the blue ones are healers. Green ones are necros. Purple are mez. You get the gist. My party's acting dumb. So we'll see whether we live through this or not. Okay, we got multiple shamans. Multiple martyrs. We need to get these out. Healer's going down. Because she's getting wrecked from back here. That's a problem. Watch us wipe at the very end. Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last. That was a lucky save. See if I can pull aggro off of her. The answer is no. And we're all done. Yay. So the advantage with that is even though we failed the mission, we still got the bonus out of the way. So we don't have to go back through and redo everything, just most everything. I'm gonna adjust some stuff here because I keep running out of points, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna go like this. That's illusion, right? There we go. Since we're in town, break down everything that we don't need. Okay, we gotta ID that. Improve sale value. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and sell that then. Your kits, you can use the salvage, you just double click, and then you can switch pouches just by highlighting. Otherwise, if you have a free slot, it's quicker to do this. Okay, we didn't fill up the back. Oh, and I just switched those. Alright. Short bow, sell, cool. Where's our chest? We're going to port back. When you do the bonuses and the missions, you also get skill points. So it's a good idea to kind of keep an eye on your skill point situation. I'm not saying it's always a good idea to burn them immediately when you have them, but when you're kind of early game, you kind of need a lot of abilities that you just don't have. This is all material storage for advanced crafting. Your armor sets and everything, different sets require different ingredients, so this is kind of the bulk of them. And then I've got some I've got some runes. These are actual runes, so these go on your armor sets. You've got weapon upgrades that you can use. So they come in +1s, +2s, +3s. The problem is they cost health. So, for instance, that's a +2 to resto at a -35 health. If you stack that out, 4 times, you're short at what, at 140? So you kind of have to watch it. There is a +3. I don't remember the cost on those. And then there's a +1. The +1s are actually more expensive because they don't have penalties. So, just something to be aware of. These are all weapon upgrades. I don't think I have any. Okay, there's a +1. I don't have any +3s. They do say non-stacking, so you can't just buy the same rune, but you can buy them for the different trees. So, just a little side note of good things to know. As far as your skill traders, once we walk over here, it will automatically expand whatever tab you have points into. Generally, it keeps the other ones minimized. Sorry, my brain is starting to shut down for the day. So, I'm going to take a quick look-see through here. Cost 1 skill point and 100 gold. We're good on gold, but that would be useful. And then what we got? Oh, no. That's the health regen. That's on me, so that's sacrifice 15% of your health to gain a +3 regen, and then it heals you at the end. That's a super useful ability. You put some points into that, and you basically life leech AoE. Super useful. This is kind of debuffs, so that's a solid option for almost anything. Steal 15 health whenever a target foe hits with an attack. So if you target the warriors, it's just passive health gain for you. -1 energy degens. That's a fun one. You hit one person with it, and then anytime they take damage, nearby enemies take damage. There's a lot of really interesting builds that you can do, and that's one of the things that made Guild Wars unique, was the customization, but also the party customization that was required to get through certain missions. Those of us that used to play all the time kind of knew what we needed on any of those levels, or we'd adjust real fast after we lost the first round. That's not helpful. Disease. That's useful for health. So this is the counter ability to the one that we have on the bar. So this is enemies have a health degen. So right now it's a +1 now because I just adjusted my skills, but it would be a +3. And then we're into mez stuff, which honestly would be super useful, and I might end up going that route to get through this section. But these are a lot of debuffs, a lot of, if you're in the middle of casting an ability, you get interrupted and take massive damage for it. Energy burns, so it burns your energy pool and converts it to damage. Just fun stuff. Let's see. That's an energy regen. Leech it from other people. Echo's fun, but not useful at the moment. Okay, so we actually don't need any skills right now. We've been having energy issues, so I just bumped this all the way up and put the spare points in. This is one of those, the way the ranking system works is to put 1 point in, it's 1 point, but then to go to the next point, it is 2 points. 3 points, 4 points, 5, 6, and so on. So those add up fairly quickly over time. I want to say you can max out 2.5 trees, 2 3/4 trees, something like that. We're actually going to take that because that's more useful. Okay, well, I have been at it since 4 this morning. It's pushing 9, and I did today on 3 hours of sleep, so my brain is shutting down. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off so I can sleep, so I can roll StarCraft in the morning. So, I'm going to work on this just as I can when I can. Tomorrow's only Tuesday, so I should be on. There's actually a possibility I'll be on tomorrow night as well. Whether it's this or 7 days or one of these others, I don't know yet. But fairly high probability I'll be on at some point after my morning stream block tomorrow. So, we'll get through the ruins of Sirmia later, but I'm going to go ahead and jump off. So, you guys have fun, and I'll see you in the morning for StarCraft.